Fish Steps. Introduction to Fishstronomy. Phoebe, the senior Fishstronomer. Oh, sorry, didn't see you there. So you're my new assistant. I heard I'd have some help today. I didn't know you'd be here so soon. I don't think a Nintendo console has launched with a Mario game since the N64. Do you mean without a Mario game? Because we got the Mario Kart. Or do you mean like without like a proper like Mario single player title? Because what, GameCube had Sunshine. The Wii had Mario Galaxy, I'm assuming. I think of Kart as its own thing. I mean, I agree. I agree with you on that. Kind of like how Mario Party is its own thing. Like, that's like a board game, party game with Mario characters. Was Sunshine a launch title? I don't remember. I have no idea. I just assume. Was Mario Sunshine a launch title? Luigi's Mansion was their launch game? You know what? I looked up a little bit and saw, like, no, Sunshine was not, and I think you're right with Luigi's Mansion. Anywho, my name is Phoebe, and I'll be your introduction to Fishstronomy. Our job is very important. Every now and then, some of the starfish get lost. They begin to wander and break up their fistulations. So that's why we're here, to help guide them back into place. Oh, what are starfish? It's simple, really, not to be confused with the starfish we have here on Earth. Starfish are shimmering creatures of the night, comprised almost entirely of pure stardust. They also happen to look like fish. When they come together, they form unique constellations we call fishstulations. Sometimes they get distracted or knocked off course, though. That's where we come in. Here, let me show you the ropes. You know, I've never played Luigi's Mansion. I've seen people play it, like, all over the place. I've seen Let's Plays, I've seen Twitch streams of the various games, not even just the first one. And, like, it looks like a fun game, but I don't know if I would have fun playing them. Click and drag the fish to fling them into the star. Solanatator, the smallest fistulation in the galaxy. I've played a few hours of the second one. I think I'm going to attempt the third one for Halloween this year. Ooh, very nice. I had one game in mind for October this year, or Halloween specifically. But through the bundle that I'm getting these games from, there's actually a couple of, like, spooky games and Halloween games. I might just save all of them for October. Because I bet I could beat Tunic well before October. Because I'll be starting Tunic in August. So that would give me August and September. I could probably do Tunic in August and, like, another, like, fairly long but not super long game. Tunic, I'm looking forward to Tunic a lot. Just gotta figure out the proper spooky game. A fun spooky game and a proper spooky game. I will think of some recommendations for you for a proper spooky. And I will send them your way as I have them. Every fish has its own star. Oh. Connect the stars to form fistulations. Oculi serpentini. Solanator's sister fistulation. I might actually just tough it out and do Resident Evil 7. I chickened out of that one not even an hour in. Those first-person Resident Evil games are out there in terms of, like, how, like, creepy but also disgusting they can get. So it doesn't look like I have to, worry about, like, how many number of moves I have in this game. You just need to get the fish where they need to go. A shark lurking in the night. Dorsum. Wormholes can teleport fish. The Belt of Orion. Just his belt? That's why I waited to play 8 until they released a third-person mode. Something about seeing the character helped me disassociate that what I was playing wasn't real. I totally understand what you mean about that. I didn't know that they introduced a third-person mode to that game. That probably would make the game a lot easier to play for a lot of other people as well. There we go. They added it with the gold edition and included the DLC as well that I need to get back to. I loved 8. It was a great game. 8 was Village, right? Because 7 is... What's 7? Is 7 the one that's in, like, the swamp? Hasta, the tip of a spear. Sharp! 7 is Biohazard. Yeah, there we go. Scroll the mouse wheel up and down to focus and unfocus different obstacles. Oh. Seven in Louisiana or something. I can finally sit with the buns. Good job, you did it! Novice, sailing through the night sky. Why is Heinz trying to make ketchup seductive? If things get too fast, you can click the middle mouse button to toggle slow-mo. Ooh, I kind of like that. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, that one was a little tough. Stella Pisces. A fish made a fish. That's deep. Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts to these puzzles here. Nice job, you're a natural. I think you've got the basics down. Of course, there's some more stuff that'll come up in the field. Sounds fishy. It definitely does. I don't know if we will be getting to our third game after all then. We spent a lot more time in Chestnut Grove than I thought we would. And this game might take us a little bit longer to accomplish as well. But that's okay, because we still have Thursday that we can use for the third game. I think you're doing very well so far. Did you hear that? No? Oh. Whoa, what was that? Whatever it was, it really startled the starfish. It broke all of those fistellations. That thing, I feel like I've seen it somewhere before, but I don't remember where. I'll have to look into that. For now, our job is to get, just got a bit harder. Look at the mess it's made. It scattered all of those starfish. But I guess that's what we're here for. Well, come on then, rookie. If that thing's breaking up fistellations, it's our job to fix them. So let's get to it. Back to it, then. The ember sky close to the sun. I still don't know what that thing was. It looked kind of like a manta ray. But it doesn't matter, not right now at least. Just look at the mess it's made. That thing broke a lot of fistellations. They're all scattered. So it's up to us to fix them. I'll work on figuring out what that thing was, as well as making sure the ones you've already completed stay completed. As for you, it's time to look towards the sky. Next stop, Ember Sky. Oh no. I don't think any of these will work for this particular game I'm playing. These Stardust doors toggle each time you move a fish. Oh, I get it. Okay. Ancora, from a ship long since forgotten. little flipper. The dolphin in the sky. You can just skip puzzles if you're too stuck. You can just skip them. That's so nice. Man of Socks, welcome and welcome. I think Odile's field of study inside of In Stars in Time was in fact Fishology. That would be pretty cool if it was. Like, I think it was cute for In Stars in Time to like let you in during the Odile friend quest that she just liked seeing Sifrin and Isabeau come up with or try to figure out what it was. Like, it was just like a little prank. But I think it would have been cool if it was like she actually did have a field of study. It just really wasn't that big of a deal. How are you doing, Man of Socks? The Pisator, the fish catcher. Scary! What do you call a fish with no eyes? Fish. Sifrin and Odile work together to make a new field of study, one revolving around the stars and fish, because obviously Odile's study is fishology, and definitely not something else, and then they both chose to call it Fishstronomy. I feel like it'd be one of those things where they would be talking about it, and then, like, Sifrin would make it a pun of, like, fish astronomy is probably called Fishstronomy, and then Odile would be like, yes, actually, that makes a lot of sense. And then Sifrin would go, what? That reminds me, I really need to, like, sit down and do the editing of those Twitch VODs. I want to start uploading them to YouTube, but I just know that the very first stream in particular is going to take a lot of editing. I was thinking about breaking it down into 2 episodes just to make it a little bit easier. Because, you know, the first stream, like, I want to, like, avoid having too much, like, downtime or too much, like, me just kind of going over the same stuff over and over again for the purposes of a YouTube Let's Play. But the problem with that is that the very first stream is not going to have many instances where I'm like, oh, I'm not doing anything in particular, I need to cut this section out, because everything is important at the very beginning. You need to see everything. Need to scale back the VODs. I have a I use Adobe Premiere Rush for my video editing, and it works really well for my purposes. It allows me to be as lazy as I want to. The problem, though, is that if I'm going to take a video and, like, cut it in half, I can't save that second half and then put that into a new file. I would have to take that original file into a new project and cut out the first half. I thought that was a stretch for a fish joke. The stretch was too far. I didn't even clock it. Little Smokestorm, welcome and welcome. How you doing? Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Good, good. Why did it do that? There we go. Just sorting some bits for the birthday streams for Warwolves. Very nice, very nice. I have to double check the date on that and see if there's anything I can do to either participate in or at least watch. Yeah, I am in the Werewolves. I've been in there for a long time. I can't remember the order of operations, but I joined Werewolves around the same time as Kazi. What is my time zone? Eastern Standard Time. So there's probably a lot that's going to happen where I am in the middle of work. So for like BST, I'm 5 hours behind. So like 5 p.m. BST is noon for me. Syphozoa. Don't get too close, it'll sting you. Funnily enough, that's actually kind of like the time zone that or the exact times I had to set up some of my interviews when I was doing my my podcast interviews with Games Guru and Old Geeky. Old Geeky, we met up at 5 p.m. his time, 12 o'clock my time. And for Games Guru, I met him up with him 7 a.m. my time, 12 p.m. his time. And you know, for me, it's like if we can find a way to make it work, we'll make it work. Like I'm very flexible, especially when it's like, hey, are you free for like an hour of time to talk about something? Like an hour of time, finding a spot in the day, like any day, to make that work. I think it's really easy to do. And, you know, I'm trying to be conscious about other people's, like, busy schedules and whatnot. If it ever turned out like, oh, I'm sorry, this actually doesn't work, then it doesn't work. We're going at live at 7 p.m. to 10 p.m., so that's like 2 to 5 p.m. for you. That sounds right. I'll double check the date on it, because, I mean, if it's a weekend day, I might be free. Also, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Games Guru was the only person I knew from there. The Warwolves is a very large community that somehow is like growing day by day. I would not be surprised if there was just tons of people there that you do not know. But yeah, I think when I found Kazi, she was, I think, advertising herself on one of those Twitter posts that it was like, hey, put down your Twitch link and follow other people who put their Twitch link in the replies. And she was one of the people that I followed and became friends with through there. And either Games Guru was also doing the same thing, and I followed him through there as well, or I found Games Guru and the Warwolves through Kazi. One is tomorrow, Supernova's hosting, and I'm hosting Friday, and likely spill to the weekend. Well, Smokestorm, if you are spilling into the weekend, I will do my best to be there. Otherwise, I will support from the sidelines as best I can. All for promoting everyone along with myself. Well, that's the whole point of it, right? Everyone needs to hold hands and lift each other up and all that stuff, right? Oh, come on. It's what I love about the Werewolves community, too. I agree. Plus, I'm a mod, so I have to big it up. But you know what? Even if you weren't a moderator, it's a very nice community. A lot of very nice people. Highly, for anyone here, if you are a streamer particularly, but also if you're not, if you just like games and meeting, you know, gamers from like all over the world, the Discord server for the Werewolves is a great place. Also, I'm there. Not necessarily because of it being great or that I'm there and as such it is great, but it's great on its own, separate from me being there and how great it is because I'm there. Things can be separately great. Oh, I didn't have to do that, but okay. What do you think of the new mascot? I want a plushie of him. I don't think I was able to see what the new mascot is yet. I will have to look that up. Little Milo. Well, I love the name. Two boats sailing in the sky. Navem. Let's see. Where would the picture for Milo be? Here we go, I found it. That's pretty cool. I like it a lot. It looks like one of those like pop sockets things. I think like if someone were to make Milo as a pop socket, I think it would look really good. Or not a pop socket. What am I? No, the Funko Pops. Funko Pops. That's what I'm trying to say. Hopefully everyone knew what I was talking about. Pop sockets are these things. By the way, this is the pop socket I have, in case anyone was curious. A little fox. Yeah, when it comes to the Werewolves chat, I will just say, like, the one thing for me is that, like, because there's so many people and so many conversations happening all at the same time, it's really hard for me to, like, keep track of, like, everything. And sometimes I miss, like, huge chunks of stuff. But you know what? I feel like it's the same for a lot of other people, too. It's just kind of like, pay attention where you can, talk to people where you can. As long as you're not being, like, really rude to someone, you're all good. Look, it did it again. All of those starfish scattered. Come on, we have to help them. A plushie because it's so cute. I zone out at times. Well, as a moderator, you know, you have a little bit more responsibility than I do to keep track of the goings-on in the server. But I am one of the Delta Squadron members. It's basically like trusted members of the community, not quite mods, but like people who help out others. And for anyone who doesn't know, I also have my own Discord server. I don't advertise it often because it's just kind of like, it's whatever. But if anyone's ever like wanting to join, more than welcome to. I can go ahead and pop the, oh yeah, and Smokestorm has her own as well. Basically, if you see someone, ask them if they have a Discord server. Even if you're not really that interested in joining, you probably have a good chance of like a 70% chance that if you ask just like anyone on Twitch if they have a Discord server, they'll probably say yes. I know that for myself, like, there's nothing very specific about my Discord server that's like, oh, you're missing out on these things because you're not part of my Discord server. Although I will say, sometimes I do giveaways that are my Discord server members specific, but I usually advertise when those are going on, so no one's really ever missing out on anything unless they're just actively not wanting to participate, which is perfectly fine as well. All the fistullations in the abyssal system were disrupted. This is really getting out of hand. Every time we clean up one of its messes, it just makes a new one. Well, at the very least, we've made progress in Ember Skies. I'll keep trying to figure out what this creature is. In the meantime, it looks like there's just a few more fistullations to fix. Only a few left. Let's reach for the stars. Fish? Starfish? You know what I'm trying to say. We have to help them. He's up again? Alright. We are going to take a brief pause here, everyone, as I go take care of our dog. Right, I need sleep. Have a good stream. Little Smokestorm, thank you so much for hanging out. Get some good rest. You deserve it. Where is my little thing here? Okay. Dog time, BRB. And I'm back. You know, sometimes I worry that, all hell will break loose when I leave because I'm not able to monitor the chat and I don't have any moderators here or anything. So I'm glad to see that, like, nothing happened. And actually, it looks like everyone left. But it's perfectly fine. We're gonna be trying to beat this game before the end of stream. Abyssal system. Alright, rookie. Oh, this is the last one. We will definitely beat this game then. One more set of fistullations to go. You're on a roll! Can I be real with you? When you first arrived, I honestly didn't know what to think. I've always been the lone fish type. Don't need a partner. But seeing you work has changed my outlook. Your drive and determination are inspiring. This job can be a bit lonely sometimes, I'll admit. So I'm happy to have someone else to do it with. Gosh, I got sidetracked again, didn't I? Heh. Well, sorry for the ramblings. Only a few more fistullations to go. Let's get to it. Twilight Horizon, Galaxy Set number 3. Ooh, what is all this? Okay, you touch the... You touch that one fish, and then it destroys the barriers, I guess. Stella, a star made of starfish, slightly more deep. Alright, so we know we have to use this one. Oh, that was it. That was actually really an easy one. If you end the stream on this game, will you say Finn? I have to assume the game will already say that at the end of the credits. But if I can remember, I will. Lux, the spotlight of the stars. Oh, it's a little lighthouse. That's cool. I actually think these levels are a little bit easier. Sartago. This one seems a bit derivative. What are we working with here? Come on, little fish. Let's go. There we are. I just gotta make liberal use of the slowdown mechanic to really make this work for me. There we go, that works too. Lophius piscatorius. Don't get too close. It bites. Nah, our dog is just in a mood today. Jeez. We are on to the next store and the next clearance section. You're doing great. Now, is this all shopping in advance of something, or is this your weekly groceries? The bigger flipper, always trying to outdo its younger sibling. Weekly groceries, but we always hit the clearance in any store we go to, just about. Date night, technically. Really exciting stuff, though. I mean, I get it. Me and Mrs. Fox, we have our weekly Wednesday routine for groceries, so I get it. We do Tuesdays because that's when the in-laws can watch the kids. It all makes sense in that regard. We do Wednesdays because Wednesday is the day of the week that we will go see my parents. We'll usually do dinner over at my parents once a week, and that's usually Wednesday night. And while we are already out of the house, we'll go get groceries on the way home. It also doesn't hurt that my parents live right next to the grocery store chain that we normally get from anyway. Otherwise, if we do groceries on a different night, or if we don't do dinner at my parents' house, the same grocery chain is really close to where we live as well. So we don't even have to worry about, like, oh, we need to, like, accommodate for differently priced items, or potentially needing to go without certain store brand items for different various purposes. It all really works out. But it's all a matter of, like, when is the most convenient for us to go. And I guess that would just apply to everybody. Everyone would go when it's most convenient to them. The Phoebe constellation. Okay, this one is a little self-indulgent. Incredible work. All of the starfish in the abyssal system are back to where they belong. While you've been helping the starfish, I've been investigating. I managed to track that thing down using our satellite telescope. Strangely, it seems to have stopped moving, or at the very least, slowed. I don't know why, but for now that means it shouldn't be breaking any more fishstolations. Not only have I tracked it down, but I also think I have a solution to our problem. It's a long shot, but it could work. I'll tell you more about it when you're ready. Boss fight? Bestia Noctis. Finn Alley. After reading through my handbooks, I finally found out why that creature looked so familiar. It's something called an anti-manta ray. Ah, anti-manta. I get it. It's a creature made up entirely of antimatter, and it looks like a manta ray. I know, not very creatively named. They're actually very rare. Only a few anti-manta ray have been seen in recorded history. Punch it! Steve Irwin must be avenged! They blend in with the night sky, making them almost invisible, though when they're awake and active, they become much more noticeable. I have no idea what woke this one up or why it's being so aggressive with the starfish, but we have a job to do. I, however, do have an idea on how we can put it back to sleep. We need to try and create an entirely new fistulation around it. This should pacify it and put it back to sleep. Bestia Noxus. Galaxy set number 4. Alright, we've got 12 minutes. Let's go. Here we go. That was actually really easy to do. It got away again. It's moving to the ember sky. Oh, I see what we're doing here. Okay, okay. It's gonna get away again. It's still going. And that looks manta-shaped. Anti-manta ray. We did it! The beast is at rest again! Wow! You did it! Look at that. I'll be honest, I didn't actually know if that would work. But it did! Well, that's a wrap. At least for now. A few fish still out of place here and there, but I can handle that. Thanks again for helping me today. I don't know how I would have handled that anti-manta ray situation on my own, but with your help, we were able to fix all of the fistulations and help it put it back to rest. I hope to see you again tomorrow. There's always work to be done around here. I won't keep you too long, though. I'm sure you've got people to meet, places to be, games to play. I appreciate your work here today. I'm sure the starfish do too. And until next time, bye-bye. Splendid Dog Games! That was so fun! A lot of these games that show up on these itch.io bundles are stuff that were created during, like, game jams of various kinds. I wonder if this was related to that, or if this was just a bit of a game project for this particular indie studio here. Indie Game Academy community. Well, that sounds like it was made for something like that. Thank you for playing. And then a little fish ASCII. That's cute. Well, it's certainly a wrap on things here. Gone fishing. Well, that... I would say, for this game, Finn. We definitely do not have enough time to do our third game. Very unfortunate, but you know what? It's perfectly fine. The next game that we're going to be playing on stream, which will be on Thursday, starting sometime between 6 and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to play Key Gunners. If you're familiar with those types of games where it's like you type out the name of the enemy to shoot and kill it, that's basically what Key Gunners is. It's like a pixel version of that. I don't know necessarily how in-depth the game is or how long it is, but I love those types of games. I think they're very fun. It'll be interesting to see how well I do, considering I'm always really terrible at typing, especially on this keyboard in particular that I have here. But these two games were really good, actually. Chestnut Grove, Fishstronomy. Yeah, I really like that a lot. Wait, did I ever play this game? Oh goodness, I don't even remember if I played this one. I will have to look into that later. Jeez. I will leave it out of the folder to remind myself, just in case. But thank you all so much for hanging out today. I had a really great time. This was a blast. Nintendo Bro, Lil Smokestorm, Let's Maybe LP92, who popped in briefly, Man of Socks, who also popped in briefly, Mrs. Epitaph Fox, of course, Azzy Dream Walker was here earlier as well. I really love my little corner of the internet here that seems to have really developed into a nice little community of people who just pop in. I remember back in the old days of me starting out, and it would be me streaming to Mrs. Fox alone, or maybe like one or two people occasionally popping in very briefly. But it makes me so happy to have this as a hobby, but also to like share my gaming and chatting with people. It's really special to me. Nintendo Bro, enjoy the rest of your shopping if you still have any left. And for anyone else who may have been lurking or otherwise, thank you for being here as well. That's going to be it for me for today. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. Take care, and goodbye.